Now onto the '07 Tiger, complete redesign all the way from the ground up. So just a staggering new motorcycle that's got great reviews. We have in the shock, preload and rebound adjustment in the back. And on the forks, much like the Speed Triple, we have preload in both legs, compression in one leg, and rebound in the other. So tuning that's going to be much the same as setting up a Speed Triple.
Accolade Motorsports, your source for BMW, KTM, Triumph, and MV Agusta motorcycles. Accolade Motorsports.
Okay. Yep. Let it go. So we've got 1/2 inch in free sag on the bike, so we know where we're at. And as I say, this is a brand new model. It just came out of the crate yesterday. So Dave, on you get. So we're looking at about just over 1.5 inches on the back with the shock set as is on the showroom floor. Now this has a lot more suspension travel in it than obviously a standard sport bike. So we'd be looking for 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And we're on the tight side, but given that this is a long stroke suspension, the setting we have right now for the weight range 190, 200 is perfect in the back. So let's check the front. Now here we'd be looking for about 4.5 inches, and it's almost 5. So it's a little stiff in the front. We've got quite a lot of preload installed from the factory, so that's going to soften up. So in the back it's great, and the front too stiff, but that's easily fixable. No need to change the springs if you're around 200. Okay. Now with Haley on the bike in the 130 pound range, we're just on 1 inch. So again, a little bit too stiff. We can soften that up. We have preload adjustability. If we're going to take this off and use it very aggressively given the length of travel, we may consider actually replacing the spring if you're on the light end towards 120, because you're not going to have any adjustability for preload. You'll have to back it all out. Let's try the front. Now obviously we're expecting here with the seating position this to be pretty stiff, and we're over 5 inches of travel. So we'd have to definitely respring the front if you're around 120 to 150. Now with Chris on the bike, we'll see how linear the spring is in the way that it drops, or if as it gets in the middle of the stroke, it actually firms up. So right now, we're at 1.75 inches. So the difference between Dave at 190 and 240, it's actually a pretty small difference. So we might want to take the spring off, test it, see if it's slightly progressive. Because obviously with that weight differential, we'd expect a little more sag. And at 4.5 inches, the front's perfect. So given how Chris is sitting on the bike and the sag we're getting, if you're between 200, 240, you can not even worry about readjusting sag on this bike. Just reset rebound, balance the chassis, take it off the showroom floor.